On a cold Christmas Eve, Della sat alone in the tiny apartment she shared with her beloved husband, Jim. Outside, snow fell softly, casting a peaceful, glistening calm over the city. Inside, the room was silent except for the faint ticking of the clock. Della was at the worn wooden table, her gaze fixed on a small pile of coins spread out before her. She counted them carefully once, then again, as though the simple act might magically make them multiply. But there was $1.87, no more, no less. Her heart ached, and each coin slipping through her fingers felt like a hollow, empty note in a sad, silent song. Their apartment, though humble, was a haven for the love they shared. Every corner, from the faded wallpaper to the single wobbly chair, held memories of laughter, whispered dreams, and countless moments that had woven their lives together. Yet, tonight, sitting alone with her meager coins, Della felt as if love alone was not enough. She looked out the frosty window, watching couples strolling arm in arm, their laughter and cheer echoing through the streets as they passed under twinkling holiday lights. With a sigh, Della turned toward the mirror on the wall. Her hand drifted to her hair, a cascade of rich brown waves that flowed down to her waist. It was her one true treasure, her pride, the only thing of beauty she possessed. She knew how much Jim adored it, often catching him gazing at her with reverent admiration. She imagined his face if she could gift him something meaningful this Christmas. But with only $1.87, what could she possibly give him? As she sat in the quiet room, an idea took shape, bold, almost reckless. She could sell her hair. Her fingers tightened around a strand as she pictured herself without it, a mixture of thrill and terror racing through her. "It's just hair," she murmured, reassuring herself. "It'll grow back." But Jim deserves something special. With sudden resolve, Della rose, letting the coins rest on the table. She reached for her worn coat, wrapping it tightly around herself before glancing in the mirror one last time. She hesitated, then slipped out into the bustling winter streets, her heart pounding with a blend of fear and excitement. The city was alive with holiday cheer. Lights twinkled in shop windows, casting warm glows onto the snow-covered sidewalks as people bustled by, their arms laden with gifts. Della walked briskly, her breath visible in the cold air, each step taking her closer to her destination. She soon reached a modest storefront with a simple sign that read, "Madame Sofronie, hair goods of all kinds." Inside, the shop was warm, with a faint scent of perfume and a metallic tang in the air. Behind the counter stood Madame Sofronie, a stout woman with sharp, calculating eyes. I want to sell my hair," Della whispered, barely daring to speak the words. Madame Sofronie's gaze softened as she assessed Della's long, luxurious hair. "I'll give you $20, she said briskly. $20. The words echoed in Della's mind, filling her with relief and pride. She nodded, reaching up to touch her hair one last time. Madame Sofronie moved with swift efficiency, taking up her scissors. Each snip felt like a small cut to her heart, yet she watched the hair fall, feeling a bittersweet pride. With the $20 clutched tightly in her hand, Della left the shop and made her way to a jeweler she had often passed. Her heart raced as her eyes landed on it, a delicate, silver chain, perfect for Jim's pocket watch. As she held the small gift close, she walked home through the falling snow, her heart warmed by thoughts of Jim. Yet, a flicker of anxiety crept in, would he still see her as beautiful? She brushed the thought aside, trusting in the depth of their love. Meanwhile, Jim was on his own journey through the snowy streets. In his hand, he held a carefully wrapped box, his face filled with excitement as he imagined Della's smile. He had been saving for weeks, giving up small comforts, just to buy her something special. Inside the box lay a set of tortoiseshell combs that Della had once admired in a shop window, combs he knew would look perfect in her beautiful hair. To buy them, he had sacrificed his own most cherished possession, a family heirloom watch passed down from his grandfather. For Della, he would give up anything. What use was a watch if it couldn't bring joy to the woman he loved? When he reached their apartment, his heart pounded with excitement as he opened the door, calling out to Della. But as he stepped inside and saw her, he froze. Her long hair was gone, replaced by a short, unfamiliar style. In that moment, he felt a mixture of shock and awe. Della, her cheeks flushed with embarrassment and anticipation, held out a small box. "Jim, I sold my hair to buy you this." She opened the box to reveal the silver chain, her heart racing as she watched his face. Jim's expression softened, a smile spreading as he understood. He reached into his pocket and pulled out his own gift. "And I sold my watch to buy these for you," he said, opening the box to reveal the beautiful combs. A gentle, bittersweet laugh rose between them, filling the small apartment with warmth. They had each given up their most prized possession for the other, and now they stood together, holding gifts that could no longer serve their original purpose. Yet in that quiet moment, they understood that they had received something far greater than the gifts themselves. Jim gently cupped her face, looking at her with deep affection. "Della, you are beautiful," he whispered, his voice filled with warmth that no outward change could diminish. In the silence that followed, they held each other close, feeling the strength of their love, a bond that went beyond any material possession. The irony of the situation faded, replaced by a profound sense of gratitude and connection. Their small, modest apartment seemed brighter, illuminated by the light of their love and mutual sacrifice. For Della and Jim, Christmas became a testament to what it means to truly give, to offer up one's most precious belongings for the happiness of another. In that small, cozy space, they found the true meaning of love, a love that required no adornment, no wealth, only the willingness to give fully. And so, on that quiet Christmas Eve, they discovered that they had received the greatest gift of all, a love richer than any earthly treasure. If this story of timeless love touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe to help us continue sharing these heartfelt tales. Thank you for watching.